Please be sure to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Hello, this is Ken from Easy Test Pool Supplies, and today we'll be talking about the Maytronics Dolphin Oasis Z5i pool cleaner. We'll be disassembling it and showing you some of the most common parts that need to be serviced or replaced. 4 foam rings, 4 guide wheels, 2 drive pulleys, 2 brushes, 2 tracks, springs, and the ultrafine filter. The Z5i is top access, allowing for the filter grids to be removed quickly and easily. The vehicle comes with the spring filters already in place. Here we are opening the robot and removing them for easy changeout. The spring filters should be used the very first time you clean the pool, and the ultrafine cartridge filters should be used all summer. When you purchase the Z5i, it also comes with a set of ultrafine cartridges in an easy storage bag. The mechanical components of a Dolphin Oasis Z5i Robotic pool cleaner are easily viewed and quickly accessed by folding the handle of the robot down and turning the vehicle onto its back with the underneath facing up. The machine has a really nice feature built into it. If all you are looking to do is replace the brushes, the rollers, and the rings, you don't actually have to take anything apart. All you'll have to do is pop them out using a screwdriver to apply pressure and release the C-clip on each side. You can then remove the roller from the vehicle and get a good look at where the roller was locked into its place. If you are going to replace the rollers, you would order the roller parts. The brushes and the foam rings are separate parts and therefore would be ordered separately. You really can see how easily the rollers pop off the C-clips when we remove the front roller from the robot. If you are able to free one side, the other usually quickly follows. If you have done this correctly, then the roller tracks should be left still partially attached. To remove these tracks, you'll need a Phillips screwdriver and you'll need to turn the robot onto its side. On each side there are 4 screws that need to be removed. If you're using an electric drill instead of a screwdriver, be sure to set it at a low torque so you don't snap the screw heads. Once all 4 screws are removed, firmly grasp the side plate near the tracks and it pops right up and off. Once you have the side plate off, you can see the 4 places where it connects to the vehicle, and if you look underneath it, it will be clear where the side plate latches onto the body securely. Once this is removed, you gain access to the gears, wheels, tracks, and pulley. At this time, the robot's track should be able to be removed freely. The first thing we do is remove the drive pulley, then guide wheels, which are located on each side of the pulley. Be careful not to lose or damage the center pin located in the center of the pulley, as the entire robot's drive motor will not work without it. Located on the inside of the track are 2 foam pieces. If you remove these, just be sure to put them back before reassembling. They only fit one way and will be self-explanatory. At this time, one side of the robot is completely disassembled, so we will flip it over to work on the other. We had mentioned earlier that if you're going to use an electric drill, be sure that it's set on a low torque. Another thing is that the drill may not work as the bit needs to reach in and grab the screw. In this case, the drill doesn't work as it's too deep and we will go back to using the long screwdriver. The disassembly of the second side will be exactly like the first, but this robot features a dual drive motor, so this side will also have a center pin. A good rule of thumb to remember with Dolphin Maytronics is anytime that you have a split roller, you'll have a dual drive motor resulting in 2 center pins that are powered by 2 motors. This second side will have the same drive pulley, guide wheels, styrofoam pieces, and the same track. To reassemble, start with the reattaching of the guide wheels first. Located on each wheel are 4 notches that match up with 4 slots on the robot located under where the guide wheel sits. When you place the wheels back on, they should sit flat with the support structure. If there is a lip and it's not flat, then you know it's not attached correctly. Next up are reattaching the drive pin and pulley. Take your new track and wrap it around the drive pulley and place the pulley over the pin. At this time, you'll want to make sure that the new track is threaded under the guide wheels but over the drive pulley. Also, make sure that the styrofoam pieces are carefully placed back on each side as well. As previously mentioned, they only fit one way. Now it's time to reconnect the side plate. Make sure that the grooves that we mentioned earlier are lined up correctly. The 2 plastic cylinders located on the inside of the side plate will be lined up with and inserted into the middle of the 2 guide wheels. The plastic circle located in the middle of the inside of the side plate will reattach to the robot inside of the drive pulley. After making sure that all of this lines up correctly, you will need to provide a couple of light taps. It should make a clear snapping noise as the plate securely reattaches to the robot at all of the previously mentioned attachment points. Don't forget to put all 4 screws back into each side, 8 screws in total. We find that it's easier if you alternate distance points on each side while placing the screws back. Be careful not to crank the screws down too much. You're now ready to reassemble the other side. Flip the robot over onto its other side and start with the guide wheels again. Then place the drive pin. Now it's time for the pulley and track again. Place the track around the pulley like before. If you find this technique difficult, you can in fact reattach the drive pulley first and then thread the track afterwards. If you elect to attach the track this way, you'll have to make sure that the track fits snug around the top of the pulley and firmly underneath the guide wheels. Otherwise, there will be what's known as skipping of the track. Realign and snap in the side plate exactly like the first side, and don't forget about screwing it back in securely but not so tight that the plastic could crack. Now we've reached the point that both side plates are back on. At this time, take the robot and turn it upside down, making sure that the tracks are free. We'll be reattaching the rollers to both the front and back undersides of the robot. You can clearly see the C-clips on the 2 front sides as well as the clip in the middle. That clip in the middle will connect to the roller at the point of space between the brushes, and the C-clips will connect to each end of the roller. Line the roller up with each track and roll it out to the end and drop it over the front, making sure that the tracks are still threaded over each end of the roller. At this time, firmly tap both sides into place inside of the C-clips. Then do exactly the same thing on the other side. The difference in tension on the second side will most certainly be noticeable. The reason for this is that the newer tracks are tighter, and for the robot to function and maneuver correctly, the track needs to be tight. If you are struggling with reattaching the second side, it's alright to use a screwdriver as a lever to get the roller correctly connected. If you've done this correctly, you should hear a firm popping sound on both sides as the rollers lock back into place. During today's demonstration, we have left the plastic on the rollers. When you get this robot new, make sure you remove all of the plastic before operating it. How do you know when it's time to change the tracks? If you can put your hand under it comfortable with little to no tension, then it's time to replace the tracks. If you replace the tracks, always make sure you change out the bearings as well, as this will save strain on the robot's motor. Lastly, turn the robot right side up and place the filters back into place, located at both the front and back of the vehicle's top. On these filters, you have 2 different sides. One is wide and one is skinnier. As you can see, one side is wide and the other is just a slot. Because the Z5i has 2 cartridge filters, the sides actually alternate, meaning that one cartridge goes into the machine one way and the other is placed the opposite way. One more thing, you can remove the single screw on the top of the robot that accesses the impeller. The whole piece located right in the middle can be removed. By doing this, you can clearly see into the compartment and clean the debris that may have collected in there. Inside, there's another screw, and by removing this one, you can completely remove the impeller, making it easier to clean as well. To reattach the exterior door, first slide the groove side together and then place the screw back firmly but not too tight. The Oasis Z5i is the workhorse of the Dolphin line. Built on the most reliable Dolphin platform complete with dual commercial grade drive motors, it's offered exclusively online with a 3-year limited warranty. Thanks for watching.